How does a man become friends with another man? Do we see each other on the street and say, "Hey man, nice tracksuit bottoms you got on. What is that? Canterbury? Champion? Which low price tracksuit bottoms are they?" And he says, "Oh, thanks for noticing. Yeah, hey, you're pretty cool. Want to hang out sometime?" Is that how grown men make friends with each other? I don't think there's any set way to do it. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the way it is, because I don't really have any male friends. What I do is I work all the time. It is 9 o'clock in the evening right now on a Wednesday, and I'm standing in the hall with multicolored lights on, and it didn't take me too long to set this up, but I won't tell you how long it took. And that's what I'm doing on my Wednesday night. I'm gonna take out the bins later, and then if I'm not too tired, I will read a book. I'm dead serious. That's my life, because I just work all day every day. I do have a relationship, so that's good, but that also makes me feel like I don't need to do anything else. So it's like work, then have relationship. These are the main things that you need in order to have a good life later on. And that is the way people think. That's the way men think. And the idea of like, okay, you've got to work, you got to do that all day, at least 5 days a week. That's important. And then you have to have a relationship, because everybody thinks a relationship is so important, don't they? We all agree on this. And now if somebody said to you, well, what if you were to introduce a man, a friendly man, a man you're friends with, and he would come over to your house and just play games or something? Play Xbox. In my mind, and I'm sure in the mind of a lot of men across the world, I'd be like, oh, that sounds fucking great. That sounds great. I would love to play Xbox with a friend. But I'm too busy. Right? Do you feel like that? I feel like men today are so busy working and so busy trying to get or maintain a relationship that the idea of having fun with a friend, it's just gone. And here's the other thing. Even if you get to that point, okay, let's say you have a male friend. Fantasy time, you've got a male friend and he's ready to hang out with you, and he's not too busy, he's not too popular, he has plenty of time for you. Now what if this person's like, oh man, I'm not making it all the way over to your place just to play games, just add me on Xbox. We'll play Call of Duty on Xbox. And you're like, oh yeah, okay, that sounds good. And then you get him on Xbox and he's like, oh, mic's not working. And you're like, okay. So you're just playing Xbox in silence, playing the same damn level of Warzone over and over again, about 4 or 5 times until you get bored and turn it off. That's not fun. It would be 10 times more fun to do that exact same thing, but your friend is sitting on the couch watching you play. I don't even like Call of Duty, but that sounds like a good time, you know? And these are the fond, great memories of my youth, when you would just sit on the couch and watch your friend play PlayStation and you just chat. That was the best. I won't get into the whole fact that video games aren't accommodating male friendship by eliminating couch co-op. I'm not going to get into that argument. That's what guys do together. We need a common task. So when I think of making friends as an adult man, it's through work, which, you know, depending on your job, is essentially like adult video games. Like when I think about working in a kitchen or in a bar, retail jobs where you actually talk to people during the day, I have made great adult friendships because you're just doing a task and then you talk and then it gets going. And sports are a wonderful thing. I'm not into sports and it kills me. I like playing football, but I don't watch football. Look, if you don't like sports, let me explain this to you. It's an excuse to watch something like a football match or basketball, whatever, and to just say like, oh, did you see LeBron James? Yeah, he's fucking great at basketball. Did you see the football match? 1-0? It was 2-2 was the end. And rugby as well. Do you like rugby? And people, I love rugby. Yes, I'm so glad you said that. Did you see the rugby match? You know, you can feel the passion radiating through the screen right now. It's something to talk about, and it's nerdy, you know? Like when people talk about football, they're like, oh yes, that football player weighed 63 kilograms and now he scored 5 goals in the last 4 games. It's like RPG, role-playing, character building, fantasy shit. And people obsess over the best players and they get all into the stats. And so I'm guessing the type of person watching this is probably more into Baldur's Gate 3 or Fallout New Vegas, you know? You're probably into that. Imagine the conversation you have with your friend about like the side mission in Fallout New Vegas that like, wait, I've never heard of that side mission. Where do you go to start that? Imagine that conversation, but it's about a weekly event, a sports event that happens every Saturday, and it's constantly changing and there's infinite amounts of statistics to delve into. It's a very religious thing, and I'm jealous of that. The other way, the third way that a man can meet another man is through women. Now, this might sound a bit counterintuitive, but let me explain. Women know men. Because women have sex with men, and men like to have sex with women, so they get together, and then they like to go out to places and do things with each other, and this is a great conduit. This is very conducive to making friends as a man. If you're going out with a lady and there's another lady who's going out with a man, then it's like you can say to the man, oh, see, look here, I've got a lady, she's normal looking, she's not an emo or something. You've got a lady, she's a little bit emo, she's got her nose pierced, but that's okay, you know, that's fine. And you're like, here we go, this could be somebody that I could be friends with. But this guy only hangs out with his girlfriend. What can you do? He only ever sees you as his girlfriend's friend. Now, I'm not saying this happens with everyone, but it does happen a lot. And so, you know, the meeting men through women, this is the gayest thing. I think that men, fellas, blokes, guys, just aren't looking for friends. And I know that this is true because I am not looking for friends. It is impossible to be friends with me because I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything. All I do is stay in my house and do things by myself. I work all day, and all of my hobbies are just things that I do by myself. They're not team sports. They're just being alone, having fun with your mind. And that's it. So how could I possibly make a friend when I don't go anywhere and I don't do anything? And I'm sure there are other people out there who feel just like me. And I'm sure there are other people doing exactly what I'm doing. The problem is that it is too easy to stay inside and go on the internet and get a simulation of what it's like to be with somebody. So even this video now is like, it's a simulation of hanging out with someone, right? Just speaking your thoughts casually into a microphone, no fancy tricks, no fancy editing. It's essentially a conversation. And even though I'm the only one that's talking this whole time, you're having your own thoughts in your head. Like you're having responses to the things that I say. It's sparking thoughts that I don't have. But it's not the same as being in a room with someone. This isn't real. If this were real life, I wouldn't just stand in front of you and talk at you for 20 minutes. If this were real life, you would say things, it would change the course of the conversation. I would learn things, you would learn things, and it would go in a direction that it can never go when it's just me talking alone. Videos like this do give you that sense of hanging out with someone. And it's good, like that is good. And that's why I'm making this video, because I like videos like that. But it's so good that we're using it as a replacement for real life. In fact, I'd be more honest with you now on camera than I would be with someone in real life. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm so comfortable with the internet that I'm more comfortable being real here than I am with a person. I was thinking, because I know I'm going to make this video, I have to do something to set an example of how we can get out of this cycle of not being able to, like, you know, connect with people. And I thought, okay, how can I make a friend? And I have to make a friend, or at least try for the video. I have a girlfriend, and she works with people in an office. And I thought, hey, there's a guy who works in her office who's from the area where I grew up. We both grew up in the same area. And I would have never, ever thought about talking to that guy, because I don't know him. He works at my girlfriend's office. But because I'm making this video, I was like, okay, you know what? This is good. This could work. I said to my girlfriend, hey, you know Michael from your office? Do you think we could ask him to go out for a pint on Saturday? And I thought that she'd be like, absolutely not. What are you doing thinking about hanging out with a guy from my office? You freak. I want to break up with you. That's the thoughts that went through my head. But because I told myself that I have to do this for the video, I was like, you know what? Let's just fucking do it. And I said, do you think Michael would go for a pint? And she was like, yeah. I was like, wait, what? That was easy. And I realized that this actually makes so much sense. It's perfectly reasonable. And then she said to me, oh, he actually said that he wants to meet you. I was like, are you serious? This whole time there's been two guys that say, hey, I heard that guy's from my area. I want to meet him. And I realized that's a perfectly reasonable reason to be friends with somebody. Oh, hey, you're from the place I grew up. Let's be friends. And because I had this like hugely negative thinking, I was like, oh, no, that'd be weird. No, that's such a tenuous reason to be friends with someone. That never happened. No, I don't even work there. But then I just said it, and it was fine. Okay, so that's just my little thought of the day. I was gonna say, click on this video, watch my next video or whatever, because I'm used to doing that, because that's what you do on YouTube. But I think given what I was talking about in this video, the best thing that I can say now is, don't watch my next video. Don't watch any other video on YouTube. Turn off the computer, turn off your fucking phone, and talk to someone. Now, look, you know what your own life is like. Maybe you just want to relax. Maybe you want to watch YouTube. That's fine. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But if this is a moment where you feel inspired, like, I'm just going to text somebody and see if they want to hang out, then do it now. Do it right now. There is no better time than right now. It doesn't matter who it is. Just fucking why not? Don't think about it. Not a big deal. I don't know who needs to hear this, but now is the time. Alright, so that's my little video. Now, go and live your life. I'll see you soon. Alright, bye-bye.